Thank you ever so much, Mr. Chairman. And many times, Mr. Chairman, these words of gratitude and thanks are stated in a perfunctory fashion. I say this sincerely, not perfunctorily. And I say so because I think this is a very meaningful hearing, and I think that it can cause us to give thought to how we can correct some of the things that we should have corrected years, decades, perhaps even longer ago. So I thank you for the hearing. I also want to thank Chairwoman Waters because she has been a champion in this area for years, since I have known her, and I knew her before I came to Congress. This has been something that has been of importance to her. And I'm grateful that she has you at the helm, and I thank Mr. Hill as well. He and I have collaborated on issues in the past, and I trust that we'll be able to continue our collaboration. I'd like to talk to you for just a moment, if I may, about something of importance, and it is the Minority Business Development Administration. A little bit of history. In 1969, President Nixon, by way of an executive order, created an Office of Minority Business Enterprise. Later on, President Carter renamed it to the Minority Business Development Agency. This agency, as it were, is devoted exclusively to the growth and expansion of minority business enterprise by providing technical assistance, managerial expertise, support, and resources. And this is all for minority-owned businesses. Given that it was created by executive order, it continues to survive from president to president. In the CARES Act, we appropriated approximately $10 million, not nearly enough, but it was something, and that was of good benefit because at least we continued it. $10 million to this agency, which allowed minority chambers of commerce to give grants to provide outreach and technical assistance to its members. Last Congress, I introduced H.R. 6869, the Minority Business Resiliency Act. I did this, and I wish I could say that I developed and synthesized this myself. It was because of the Honorable Maxine Waters and the staff that I was allowed to have this as a piece of legislation to go forward with. In the CARES Act, we had $25 million for minority business development with the agency. And now what we'd like to do is permanently codify this minority business development into an administration and have it as an independent agency that would be tasked with and be the only one with this unique task of satiating and satisfying the needs of minority-owned businesses. I think it's time for us to give serious consideration to this. And for this reason, I'd like to ask all of the witnesses, if I may, to tell me whether you think there is a need for an agency with this mission that can be of benefit to you for a good many things that you've talked about today. So I'll start with Ms. Brown-Massey. Thank you for your service. I appreciate much of what you said about having some difficulties accessing the system in an appropriate way. But with that said, ma'am, would you give your comments on the possibility of this agency being codified, made permanent, so that we can help minority-owned businesses in this unique way?
Yes, Congressman, thank you. I do think that this particular agency that you're mentioning is of use, but I also think that we should be looking for local communities to set up minority chambers of commerces so that they're able to better understand what their community needs are at the local level. So yes, I do agree.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cunningham, if you would, please.
Yes, briefly, absolutely. The Minority Business Development Agency has a group of 40 organizations that are located in cities and rural places throughout the country. It would be fantastic if we could actually knit together a permanent agency for the MBDA. The future of American small businesses actually are minority businesses. And so if we concentrate on that, we will help everyone in this country. Thank you.
The gentleman